Hi everyone and welcome to this video. I was recently contacted by HUION and they very kindly asked if I could try out their Kamvas GT-191 tablet. They haven't paid me, they just wanted to send the tablet along for me to give my honest review in this video. So that's what I'm going to do. I was really excited about this tablet because it's much larger than any of my previous ones, at 19.5 inches. It's an IPS widescreen panel, 16:9 aspect ratio, 3000:1 contrast ratio, so it vividly displays 16.7 million colours. And I was most impressed by the 8,192 levels of pen pressure sensitivity. That's going to be amazing and so helpful when you're working on line work and that kind of thing. If you're interested in having a look at this tablet, I've left some links in the description box below, and at the time of recording this, it's currently retailing at about $499. In terms of the unboxing, I was actually really impressed with the box itself because they've packed everything in between two pieces of MDF, so it's all solidly held together. In terms of what's in the box, it starts off with a thank you note, which is really lovely, and then going through the contents, they have the power cable, the pen charging cable, the USB cable, power adapter, the HDMI cable, the cleaning cloth, the pen holder with 8 replacement nibs, which is amazing, and they also give the screws to attach the stand to the tablet along with a screwdriver, so that's a really nice touch. It also comes with the installation CD and the user manual, along with 2 pens. I was really happy to see this. This is another great touch, and it's nice to have a backup. And then last but not least, the HUION KAMVAS GT-191 tablet itself, along with the stand. I'm super impressed with how sturdy and strong the stand is. It's very heavy duty, and it feels like it's really built to last. I should also mention there's a screen protector that comes attached to the screen, although it is very thick. In terms of my review, starting with the setup, from plugging everything in to installing the drivers, everything was quick and easy, and it was only a few minutes before I had everything up and running and I was ready to start working. The tablet is a great size. As I mentioned before, I've never used a larger tablet like this, and I'm really excited about the possibilities. I can imagine myself working on some much larger landscape paintings, and that sounds super fun. And I can't wait to continue using it and trying ideas like that. It feels really exciting to have a much larger area to work on. The pen moved smoothly on the screen, even with the screen protector, and the lines registered cleanly too, which is amazing. I was making sure to test that. That's why I was working on a drawing with lots of hair. I wanted to really test with some lines sweeping right across the page to see if it had any anomalies, but everything was smooth and it was working as I needed it to. The screen is also bright and has great contrast, and you can adjust all of these settings with the buttons along the bottom, so I really like that because then you can adjust it to match your monitor in terms of brightness and the contrast, and if you want a warmer or a cooler tone. The pen itself is a bit of a different shape than I'm used to. It's quite elongated and narrow, but it feels great in your hand. One downside is that it doesn't have an eraser on the end, but it does have 2 buttons, so you can change the presets on them. I chose to have one button for the undo process and the other one for the eraser. As I spoke about before, I really do love the stand. With it, you're able to adjust the screen to any angle you need, which is extremely helpful. A lot of other tablets that I've tried in the past, they have had very basic stands with preset angles to choose from, but in this case, having that complete freedom of choice with the angle you want is really refreshing to see, and I was so glad to see it. Also with the stand, the whole setup becomes quite heavy, so I can imagine you can't really travel around with this one, and I don't think that's intended. This is very much a tablet that you set on the desk as part of your workspace. In terms of the cons, I had a little issue with the calibration at first, but after following some advice online and uninstalling the drivers, then reinstalling the drivers from HUION's website, everything was fixed and it was working fine after that. I was quite sad to see that there were no buttons on the tablet itself. I usually love to have a few buttons that I can change the presets. It really helps to streamline the workflow. I usually have the buttons set for erasing and undoing, and also for brush size and that sort of thing. It's so helpful. But in this case I managed just fine by changing the presets of the buttons on the pen to erase and undo, along with having the keyboard next to me and using any shortcuts on that's really helped. And everything works absolutely fine. Overall, I think this tablet is great, and I would definitely recommend it to any beginner or intermediate artists, especially if you've been working with traditional media before and you've been interested in trying a display like this where you can actually paint on the screen. It's super fun. If you are interested in checking out this tablet for yourself, then I've left some links down below for you to have a look. And I've had so much fun making this video. I can't wait to attempt some large landscape paintings. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you've enjoyed watching me create this kind of Tokyo Ghoul inspired character. And thank you so much again to HUION for supporting the channel. I really appreciate this opportunity, it means a lot. If you'd like to see more drawing and painting videos, then make sure you're subscribed, and any likes or shares on this video, they really mean a lot to me. If you'd like to follow my progress and see progress photos before I post these videos, then make sure to check out the links in the description box below to check out my Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. And once again, thank you so much for the support, and thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you're having an awesome day, and I'll see you all soon.